Hi ladies, my name is Maivu and I am your empowerment coach in love. And today in this video, I am going to share with you why I choose to be an empowerment coach in love, not a love coach, not a relationship coach, but empowering. But my message is to empower you to bust through your fear, connect to your faith, and have the relationship and the love that you are meant to have, that you are destined to have in this lifetime. So here's my story and how have I transformed from a woman in Asia, especially in Vietnam, where I live with so much conditioning and so much pressure in getting married, and all of my worthiness is to really get a husband who is paying, who is earning well, and who can afford the life that we can have in Vietnam as a middle class. And I really want to tell you this story because I have been transformed from that girl who looked at men as the prize, and from to where I am right now, where I start owning my value and embracing the fact of who true I am, and really love me for who I am. So in this live stream, in this video, I am going to share with you why I do what I do, and also the reason and the real truth behind getting the ring and getting engaged. So I have been there, and I was like you. I know in my gut that I am destined for something so big in life, but for some reason it's just not there yet. It was just no love, it was no prospect of a good man, it was no ring on my finger. I felt insecure, I felt unworthy, and I felt shaky inside. Am I really meant to have it at all? And I know that I have to change something in me, and the first thing that I was changing, it was really where I started to learn all about the attraction work, the tools of feminine energy, and all of that in order to get the ring and get the man. And it doesn't turn out happily for me. But before I go deeper into my story, I would like for you to have these reflective questions. Imagine there's two options for you available right now. One is you showing up, knowing exactly who you are, owning exactly your value, and knowing exactly what you desire to have in love. And then showing up feeling so at ease with it, and doesn't have to learn or remember any script or any tools or anything at all, but to really embracing the core of who you really are, which is a feminine queen, and showing up and know that you deserve so much love, and whichever the men come towards you or go, you are happy with exactly where you are, and you are going to know that the love it's meant for you is coming along your way. Or the second option is to really showing up and being someone that you think other would love, that you think this man would appreciate, that the society is drawing for you, that you have to have this perfect body, you have to have this young looking, you have to dress this way, you have to wear this bag or wear this lipstick, or you have to behave in a certain way, and you have to overgiving, and you have to always people pleasing and be the nicest girl on the planet to earn love. And that feels exhausting, isn't it? That feels so not you. That feels so boring for me right now, but it maybe for you it's good enough. But I would really want to ask you this question. If everything in this planet is in a perfect condition and there is no outcome to what you wish for, which option would you want to go with? I'm pretty sure it is the option one. But the truth of the matter is, we always know that we want to show up that way, but we don't know how can we show up that way. How can we start owning that sense of value, that sense of worthiness, and start showing up that way? And here I'm going to tell you the story of how I figure out the pathway that I am teaching all of my clients and everyone in Destined to Be Loved program right now. So back in 2015, I have an spiritual embark and the beginning of my journey to spirituality. And I know that there is something beyond us, there's something bigger than us. And I always have the strong faith that I'm meant to live this amazing life. But I always think that that amazing life has to be given by a man. It has to be only when I get married, then I would be able to do this. It has to be only when I have a husband, then I will be able to travel the world. Only when I have a husband, then I will have the money. When I have a husband, then I would be able to pursue my career. Because if you pursue your career and you get successful, then no one wants to get married to you. I have all of those conditioning belief in me because I was born in a society that doesn't value a woman yet, and the whole worthiness of a woman is placed into a man's hand. And I got sick of that, but I don't know how to get out of that. And I follow what was right. I follow the desire to get married by 28, and I was 25 that year. And by the end of that year, it was a very painful emotional talk that I had with my boyfriend at that time, where I thought we're gonna get married, but then it turned out that he doesn't want me anymore because I was too good to be true. I was too this and that. And I couldn't believe that. And I started to ask myself, there has to be a different way about love. And with all of my focus was really to get myself out of that painful love situation, that struggles of commitment, and get myself the ring. And as fast as it can be, a year later on, I have a ring on my finger, and I was the happiest girl at that time because I felt, oh yes, this is exactly what I wanted in life. I so deserve it. But after the ring, all of the woundedness, all of the trauma came up, all of the triggers came up, and it got even worse than before the ring. And I started wondering, what really is the truth here? Why am I knowing all about the feminine energy work, and here I am feeling triggered constantly, upsetting and really emotional, breaking down from one experiences to another. And I was like connecting spirituality, but like, why am I not feeling happy consistently? And it was a struggle for me to keep myself being positive for that long time. And then I got to a really painful wedding, and after that I have to walk out only 2 weeks into the marriage, while I was pregnant 3 months. And what I learned from that painful breakdown was that, number one, my value is not in the hand of a man. My man's capability of earning money or capability of staying with me or being loyal to me doesn't speak a cent about my worthiness. My worthiness comes truly from the connection that I have with my universe, from that gut knowing that I am deserving so much more than this. And the second thing that I know is that there is a better way of living, and that of course we want love. A woman wants love, and we shall have love, but love in a position with a man is not the main focus here. The main focus is really evolving and uncovering a lot of who you were not, and have to discover who you really are and understand yourself, because the way you understand yourself and have a better relationship with yourself is the way you are going to understand about other men, other people, and all relationships around you. It's as easy as it is. And we are not born just to be a wife. I realized we are not born just to be a wife. We are not born just to be someone accessory, that he has a beautiful wife and a beautiful children. We are not born to just be a wife, be a mother, or be a single woman. We are born to be more than that. What if we are beyond all of that? And what if we have this life that was meant to be living, but because our conditioning, our stories, and all of that is holding us back? And a lot of us always recognize that, oh yeah, my manifested outcome is not here yet. But not a lot of you actually know that the reason why your manifested outcome is not here yet, it is because you have a conditioning belief and a set of stories that you're holding inside of your mind, and then that are playing at the back of your subconscious mind. And that is exactly why you are not being where you need to be right now, and having that grand love where you know in your gut that you are destined to have it. So here I am going to call out those fear, the fear of being rejected, the fear of being abandoned, the fear of not being fully accepted for who you are. Because what if I showed up being with my fulliness and with my happiness and with my innocence, then no one would be able to love me. But the fact is, when you trying to wear the mask and trying to be someone else and trying to be in someone else's standard, you are always consistently being in that race towards someone else's standard, and that race would end with you losing the game altogether. That is the truth. And please wake up to the truth that the more you showed up in the world being exactly who you are meant to be, and what I mean by who you truly are is the version of you who has less fear, who has know how to control fear, who have a better relationship with fear, who pass through the doubt and fully embracing whatever the life experiences that were throwing at you, knowing that exactly what it is right now happening for me is happening for my better good, and my universe loves me so much that it gives me the exact experiences right now so that I can learn from it, I can grow from it, and I can start being exactly the version of the woman I'm meant to be in this lifetime. So stop staying out of that, staying in that fear, and start going beyond that fear and going to connect better with your faith, and stop all of those downs, all of those chatter that is holding you back. I'm just finding it so boring. Do you find yourself boring when you keep saying that I'm fearful of this, I'm afraid of that, oh, I want this, but my parent doesn't want this, I would love to have this, but this condition is not perfect? I have all the compassion for you because I was there, but I find it's no longer serving you. Why don't you just shake it off and just release them, and instead trying to find a way that it actually work? So that is exactly what I have developed this program, Destined to Be Loved, because you need this program before you develop any love or attraction technique, before you learn all of that, because you are going to have love as quickly as those technique promise you to have the fast actions, but you are going to lose it as fast as it comes. Looking at me, looking at my private client, looking at Lucias, you can watch her story on my personal Facebook page. She and I had love so easily and attracting men so easily when we learn about feminine energy, but when we don't embodying it, we're actually wearing the mask of feminine energy on top of our masculine mask, and that is where everything was destroying for us. And that is why we were sabotaging our relationship, because we felt so unworthy at the root core, that this was too good to be true, there's no way I can have it, and that my parents have to struggle for love. Why do I have this so easily? Why do I have this money and love so easily, and this might not be true? And if there is this luck coming my way, then I would have to pay for it on the other way. So all of this limiting belief and conditioning is playing inside of you, and that is actually attracting the exact reality that you have right now. And in order for you to change that reality, you have to start changing the conditioning, the belief, the fears, and start managing your negative emotion better. Start knowing what's the meaning of your triggers. Start knowing what the message that your fear demon is bringing to you, instead of hiding away from it and running away from it and looking away, and as if that it's gonna be like disappear if you don't look into it. So stop all of that, because that is only giving you additional time, but then after that is the whole promise of pain. And I have lived it, I have gone through it, I know it. So Destined to Be Loved is a program to help you pass through the fear, exactly understand the conditioning that you have around love, around money, around the basic relationship that you have in your life, learning that your story right now you are having is your borrowed story from your parents or from any guardians that was taking care of you when you was a child, and really truly understanding the archetypes of the wounded femininity that was showing up in your life that actually prevent you from having the best life that you are meant to have. And all of these are the new training and new updated information I put in Destined to Be Loved 2020. Also, there was going to be a morning meditation on sense of worthiness, that you are going to connect back to your sense of worthiness day in, day out, and you're never going to forget the child of God is exactly who you are, and you was given this gift of living, and that was given for you without asking. Then you can ask for anything in life. And there's another amazing additional bonus training on manifestation, activating your feminine attractive power. Everything that you need to use to attract what you want. It's within you. You just have to uncover, undo a lot of blockage, a lot of words that was learned along the way, and that is going to help you empty the cup. Because before you can welcome a new thing, before you can welcome a new cup of milk, you have to empty this cup of water, right? If water was stuck in a place for far too long, then how can you have a beautiful setting for a new thing to come in? So you have to learn to empty that cup and start welcoming a new source of love, money, and abundance for you to start flowing into your life. All of that is coming from the place where you embodying your feminine energy, not learning another tools to become more feminine. So stop looking for learning to be this and that. Stop looking for how can you get him back, and stop looking for how can you be more attractive, because everything that you need inside is inside of you. Your story is so unique. Each one of us is so similar in pain and fears, but each one of us had a uniqueness set of story and conditioning. None of us is so similar in that way. So please don't see that you are such a blend in. You have to recognize that you are a shining star as well in the universe. Equally make each one of us equal star. If you see me shining right now, because I own it, I really get connect back to that, and your universe is waiting for you to get connect back to that as well. And all of this message are going to be sent through Destined to Be Loved, and that is going to transform how you are looking at yourself, how you're showing up, owning your confidence, and really get to the core of knowing that you are worthy of it all, in a setting of relationship or in a setting with yourself. So never again you are going to doubt yourself. You're going to ask yourself, is it going to happen for me? And you are going to have this beautiful journey of really understanding who you are, how you are showing up here, and what else you can do in order to be that woman to attract the grand love and the grand life that you're meant to have. So here is what Destined to Be Loved is going to do for you. 4 weeks of transformation. All of them are pre-recorded teaching, and it's going to be sent each beginning of the week. And the first call is starting on this Sunday. And each week, the first week is really about getting to your desire. I would have adding in a vision meditation desire, so that it would help you really see what is it that you desire. The second week is how you handle your fears and start having a better relationship with your fears, with your emotional triggers, and with negative emotions, and really receiving the message that your fear demon is trying to send across, because they are trying to protect you from something. They just want you to be safe, but safe doesn't mean happiness. And the next week, the week 3, is a very amazing week. This time I'm going to add in the wounded feminine archetype that is actually holding you back from behaving or from functioning from the place of queen. And when you can tap into your queenness, which is the perfect model of feminine and masculine energy in balance within you, then you are going to have activated the flow, and everything is going to come towards you in so much more ease. And the last week, the week 4, is going to be truly understanding how your story is a borrowed story from your parents, and how are you not going to show up in love, looking for the permission, looking for the love, looking for whatever that what you were missing from your childhood from another man, because that is a place of really woundedness, and that is going to attract another wounded man, and that is what's setting you up for a breakdown in relationship as far as it goes. So all of these are going to be offering there, and I'm going to also offer very practical step-to-step and tips that you can apply right away in your own timing, in your daily activities, so that you can start seeing this small shift every single day is going to add into a major breakthrough for you at the end of it all. And stay with me, stay with application of the knowledge, because learning about it from me, hearing about it from me, and being told what to do is not going to help you break through any patterns, but truly the transformation comes where you start practicing and putting into practice, practical step, day in, day out. That is what helpful for me. That is what helpful for all of my clients. That is what's helpful for all of the successful women that I have known on this planet. So what does this Destined to Be Loved we're going to give you after 1 month? You can read one of the testimonial I'm putting out there, but Lucias is one of my alumni for Destined to Be Loved, and she's also joining for this round. And for the first 2 weeks, we was breaking through a lot of words around her heart and really understanding how she was living in the past for far too long, and starting to undo a lot of sense of unworthiness and the fear around her value, because she has so many bad experiences in dating before. And after that 1 month, she started to attract a very high quality man, and they already have a very intimate conversation 3 days into the dating. And he was saying that, I couldn't believe this, you were the first woman who was being able to really speak your truth from your heart, and I was so adoring it. And she doesn't have to learn any script from me or from any teacher. She just speak exactly what she know, because she understand what she truly desire. She owned it, and she was being able to communicate it, and that actually so attractive. It's a magnet of attraction for a man. And even her date was saying that he broke up with the previous girlfriend, because that girlfriend couldn't tell him what she wanted, and she wouldn't be able to figure out what she wanted. And he was so appreciative of Lucia, because she is now able to communicate from her heart, and he is so like welcoming the message from her, and was so happy to fulfill whatever she was asking for, because that was coming from the place of queen, not the place of entitlement, or not the place of lack, or not the place of a maid, or not the place of like, I can't believe I would have this. So when you really own it, this is going to happen for you as well. And when you showed up for yourself, when you showed up in each live stream, each call, and you put in the practice and you get private help, it is going to transform the whole way you are living and loving right now. And for the next 5 women who is joining at the $97 value, you are going to get my limited special offer, which is 30 minutes laser coaching session with me, where I am going to assess your situation and help you figure out the step where you have to be focused on working on next, and then you are going to find out the way for you to get to where you are. So if you really are fancy about private coaching and you haven't got that courage to invest so much into it, this is the amazing bonus that was doing so well for me in the last round of Destined to be Loved, and I know it is going to be of service to so many women out there like you as well. So get on this Destined to be Loved before the week 1 start this Sunday, and get with action and get this bonus of 30 minutes spending time with me, and also the bonus training of manifestation. That alone worth more than what I am offering here in Destined to be Loved, because I have paid thousands and thousands of dollars to get those information, and I have paid a lot of my years in pain, a lot of my tears, and a lot of my heartbreaks, to finally realizing that this was actually not working, and this new way, the way that I was putting everything in Destined to be Loved, is exactly the way it has to work, and that is meant to be a gift for you as well. So yeah, I've talked about this enough. I want you to know the truth, because before this, no love coach out there was telling me that yes, there's this situation to be going through, because they was just helping me with the relationship, but they never helped me being able to shift from my inner world into looking at how the world in differently, and to show up in the world differently. And this is the time where I am here to send this message across, to tell this truth to the world, and to let you not paying the price that I have paid, and having this easiest and effortless experiences in dating. And I send you so much love. I want to see all of you in Destined to be Loved, which is kick off this Sunday, and I send you a beautiful message for your new day or for your night, whenever you are right now. Thank you for joining, and have a beautiful, beautiful time. Bye for now.